Hey you guys, AK-47 Master here, back with some more Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, almost at Sonic Adventure there. And we are going to be exploring 5 Island on this episode, mainly. That's what I plan to do for these next few episodes. And, yeah. And apparently I don't have a Max Repel on, so let me just do that right now. So, we're going to be exploring three main places today. Actually, 4 main places. And they're all in 5 Island. They're all like the main landmarks or places to be on 5 Island. First one being the Rocket Warehouse. Alright, so we need apparently another password to actually open this warehouse. We actually need 2 passwords, which I never heard of that before. But apparently, that's what we gotta do, so let's head over. We can't do that yet, so let's just head over here, because this is actually where the next place I wanted to show you guys, the Memorial Pillar. So anyways, you're gonna see this guy here standing in front of this big old rock, and let's talk to him. Alright, so basically, this is one of the few instances, like in a Pokemon game, where they actually talk about Pokemon actually dying, like not fainting, and then being able to come back to life, just being dead and having to be buried. So it's kind of an eerie place, but it is interesting. And you do get a metal coat right here, which can be used to evolve your Onix into a Steelix or your Scyther into a Scizor. Alright, so let's fly back to 5 Island, because we're going to head over to the Water Labyrinth, as well as Resort Gorgeous next. And I know these places by heart, not because I'm a nerd, well maybe, but also I've taken like 10 tries to record this video. And I've been interrupted every single time over the past 3 days. That's why I have not been able to upload a video to YouTube in the past 3 days. Not because I haven't felt like it. I try, and then I fail. It just gets interrupted by people coming, like knocking on my door or whatever, my phone ringing, and it's just all these bad stuff, like all this unluckiness is happening like for this one video. It's so strange. Anyways, thankfully the video is still recording. That would have been a problem. I remember when that used to happen, but that only happens like when it's hot. So, and by the time the next summer, I'll have definitely a better camcorder. Probably a Canon. I don't know the modern names for the camcorders, mainly because most of them are kind of complicated. So yeah. Anyways, we got the Pokemon egg during that whole spiel I had about my unluckiness with this episode, and that Pokemon egg will actually hatch into a Togepi, reason being as to why I don't have my Tangela, or not my Tangela, my Victory Bell at the moment. Let me try to pass this guy. Something funny is that every take I've done of this video, I've always been able to pass that guy. I never had to battle him, so I kind of find that funny. Alright, so now for this place, this is a Lost Cave. And mainly to explain this place is it's a puzzle. That's all it really is. And basically to know what to do, you have to count these rocks. And I can't remember the puzzle at the moment. I know where to go because I've done this place so many times. Not just for doing these takes, but in general. That's what I know. And alright. And sorry here, I'm trying to think of where I had to go. Well, I remember the puzzle. You have to count the rocks, and then you have to go to the corresponding clock angle. I believe it's up here. Yep, it is. Alright, so you're gonna find this girl here. No, she is not a ghost. She is an actual person with actual Pokemon that she's gonna use to battle you with. And, it's Selfie, so She actually lives on Resort Gorgeous, so one, you know she's loaded with money, and after you beat her, she's going to give her a ton of money. And two, we've rescued her out of the Lost Cave. Also, one thing I wanted to mention is that there's actually 2 new Pokemon you can get from the Lost Cave. Like, if you're playing Leaf Green like me, you could pick up a Misdreavus, and if you're playing Fire Red, you can get a Murkrow. Now, Misdreavus is actually a pretty good Pokemon, a pretty decent Pokemon. Definitely better than Murkrow. I would recommend it a lot more than Murkrow. Sadly, you can't evolve either one of those Pokemon, so that's kind of useless. And chances are you probably already have your team assembled by this point. I would hope you have your team assembled by this point. The only exception I would have is maybe if you want to get a Tyranitar or a Larvitar from 7 Island and evolve that into Tyranitar. That's the only thing I would you can understand you wanting to wait for. Alright guys, so in the next episode of Pokemon Leaf Green, we will head over to 6 Island. I know this video is kind of short, but I mainly just wanted to cover 5 Island on this episode, so in the next episode we will go to 6 Island. See you then.